I stood on the porch, snow melting on my coat, the wreath still fresh on the door. I hadn't been home in months, but I brought gifts. I even practiced how I'd say, "Merry Christmas." Mom opened the door halfway. Her eyes didn't soften. "Sorry," she said quietly. "I think you have the wrong house." I laughed at first, awkward, nervous. "Mom, it's me!" Her hand tightened on the doorknob. She didn't blink. Then she closed the door. No shouting, no explanation, just silence. The cold hit harder than the rejection. My breath fogged in the air as I stood there, still holding a box of her favorite candles, the same kind I used to light every Christmas Eve. I walked back to my car, each step heavier than the last. I sat there, engine running, not sure if I should cry or drive. My phone buzzed. It was my brother. "Don't be upset," he said, voice low, "but you know we couldn't let you in." I didn't ask why. I didn't need to. "Understood," I said simply. Then he forgot to hang up. Through the open line, I heard him exhale and mutter, "He still thinks helping with rent means he's automatically included." I sat still. No anger, just a long, empty pause. That was the last piece of the puzzle. Flashback. 2 years ago, after Dad died, I kept the house afloat. Mom's job couldn't cover it, and my brother was still figuring life out. Rent, groceries, maintenance, my card covered it all. I told myself it was family, that someday, when things got better, we'd all share dinner and laugh again. But slowly, the warmth faded. Calls went unanswered. My visits shortened. My brother always had a reason not to meet. "Busy," he'd say. "Tired." Then I noticed my name missing from the property papers. It was just a legal correction, Mom said, to simplify things. Simplify. That word stuck. I told myself it was an error, but deep down I knew I was being erased. One signature, one ignored text, one unspoken decision at a time. The discovery. Last fall, I found the truth buried in an email thread my brother forgot to delete when he borrowed my laptop. "Don't tell him," he'd written to Mom. "If he thinks he's helping, let him. Once the deed's clear, we'll be fine without him." That was the moment something inside me went still. Not broken, just quiet. No confrontation, no drama, just understanding. The shift. I started planning in silence. First, I stopped transferring the monthly rent. Quietly. I wanted to see how long it would take them to notice. Then I rerouted the property insurance and utilities, every account still under my name, to a holding pattern. Nothing illegal, just paused. Finally, I canceled the shared debit cards. All pieces in place. When I showed up that Christmas morning, it wasn't to be forgiven. It was to confirm what I already knew. They'd cut me out long ago. And now, I was returning the favor. The execution. By the time I reached my apartment, I had already logged into the rental management portal. The system was clean. No payment for the month, no extensions. The property's rent lease was under my name. I terminated it. Legally. Then the auto pay on the mortgage, also mine, was canceled. Effective immediately. I blocked their numbers, then froze the shared accounts. I left no message. Just silence. By midnight, I deleted every contact tied to that house. The fallout. By morning, my phone was shaking on the nightstand. 61 missed calls. Mostly from my brother, a few from Mom. No voicemails, just text after text. "What did you do? The landlord's here. He says the lease is terminated. Why would you cancel the cards? We need the money for bills. Please just talk to us." I didn't reply. They had a week before the utilities shut off. 2 before the bank followed. I didn't need to lift a finger. The system I built to protect them was now the same system undoing them. The confrontation. 2 days later, my brother showed up at my building. I saw him through the security camera, pacing, red-eyed, desperate. He buzzed 3 times before speaking. "Please, man, we didn't mean it like that. Mom just thought—" I picked up the intercom. "You thought cutting me out would make things simpler," I said. My voice was calm, almost kind. "You were right," he stammered. "You can't just—" "I can," I interrupted. And I did. I hung up. Watched him slam his fist against the wall. Watched him walk away, shoulders heavy under the falling snow. The reflection. People think revenge is loud, that it comes with shouting, breaking, chaos. But the most satisfying kind is quiet, measured. It's when you realize you don't need to prove they were wrong. The world does it for you. I used to think family was unconditional. Now I know love without respect is just obligation dressed as loyalty. They taught me that when they closed the door in my face. I returned the lesson when I locked everyone behind them. Ending. This morning, I walked past the Christmas market near my apartment. Families laughing.